Hi everyone! Today I wanted to talk about how to market yourself. Now, as a Palfish teacher, you might not be accustomed to doing such a thing. Um, I I have personally learned how to market myself through doing things with Beachbody, so I have a little more experience with it. It's still not the same though. Even if you have other marketing experience, it's still not the same. So there's a couple of different ways that you can market yourself through Palfish, and I'm going to show you some of them. And excuse my excuse my broken phone. I have priorities that do not encompass buying a new phone at this time. So if you go on my broken phone, if you go on the app, there's an app called Palfish Read. You see that? And this is the reading app. Okay, so you go in the reading app, and X out of everything that pops up. You're going to see this as a main screen. Every once in a while, the app updates, or maybe you have an old version. It might not look exactly the same, but it's the same basic concept. So you come in here, and that little castle there, you're going to click on the castle, okay? And it's going to show you books. The lower the letter, the lower the level of the child's reading. So you want to go into level B. Click a book. It's going to pick that. You see where it says Good Works there? Click on Good Works. And it's going to show you the children that have read books. What I like to do is I like to go to the latest works, and I will go into it and select 20 students. I'll go into the 20 students, follow them, and then like a whole bunch of their books. So that's what I do, and I'll do that for 20 kids. Leave a comment, follow them, like their books, and if they have a ton of books, you don't have to like them all, but it's just an idea of how you can start to market yourself using the reading app. That's the first way. It is not my favorite way. My favorite way is to do lives, and I know this is very intimidating for people, and maybe people will do it and they do it in a way that isn't as productive as they would like. But go into the Palfish app, and there's where do I go here? Okay, you see that little button there that says live, so click on live. There are, before you do your live, there is a test. You can go in there and practice doing a live video. The staff will be there if you need someone to help out with it. But once you get the hang of it, I guess, you can click that little plus button and create your own live. Okay. After that, it's pretty self-explanatory. You add a title, select a category, select a start time. It will show up as an appointment list. Select the duration. If you select 30 minutes and it's not 30 minutes, that's okay. It doesn't have to be super long. Select your price. If you're using it for marketing, select 0. You want it to be free. Yes, you are working for free. The thing is that it's worth it. So if it gets you a whole bunch of new students, then it's totally worth it. The other thing about lives is when you do a live, the first time you do a live, it might not be successful. This is all trial and error. There is a very famous Maxwell saying about failing forward. And like anything in life, this isn't any different. You are going to need to fail. You are going to need to screw up royally. It has to happen. And it's going to happen. And don't be frustrated if you do your first live and you're like, oh my God, I blew that. I totally blew that. Like, I messed it up royally. It's okay. We've all done it. We've all made mistakes in this and in everything in life. And it is okay. Because you don't know if something works until you try it. So what I like to do, I personally like to do book readings. You can take a picture of the book and upload it onto your lives. So when you have your slides, you can just kind of hit the buttons like you're going through a class. And as you hit the buttons, the pages will turn on the books. Your video, it will kind of show almost like a FaceTime or a Zoom call screen sharing thing. Your video will be like right up there in the corner above the book. You can actually move your video if you need to. And it's really nice. You can interact with students. You can have a fun book reading. You don't have to do a book reading. You can talk about culture. You can talk about, just kind of stay away from like religion and politics. Actually, definitely stay away from those. Don't be offensive. Have respect for the people that are viewing. And that's what I would recommend doing, is just having a live, and a book reading is a really easy way to go about it. Just have your live, do your book reading, talk about things, bring in props, be super energetic and fun. And what this is going to show is parents will go and they'll read the books with their kids, or they'll watch a live with their kids. They'll follow their favorite teachers. They will book with their favorite teachers. More importantly, or of equal importance, I suppose, is that the head teachers and the sales team of Palfish will also see you. And they'll be like, ooh, this is a good teacher for my 4-year-olds. Write their name down. The next day, they get a 4-year-old that signs up for a trial, and they're like, I know that this teacher will be an awesome teacher. So it's kind of just a really, really cool thing to be able to have that opportunity to market yourself. If you've ever worked for another company, say you have worked for VIP Kid, I'll use that as an example because that's one of the popular ones that a lot of people have worked for. They don't have this opportunity. If they don't have classes and they don't have bookings, they have absolutely no way to change that on their own terms. And that is what is absolutely incredible about Palfish, is that this isn't trial and error. This is not, it's trial and error on your part. It's not sit back and hope that the team starts giving you bookings. It's in your own hands, and you have the ability to do this. You have the ability to get your schedule to where it needs to be. And that is really, like, lives are so important. And I'll tell you, okay, when I say this, people are going to be like, all right. So when I started in December, I was not working Palfish full time at all. And I was like, okay, I was working for another company, and as one spot opened, I would, as one closed, I would open it on the other one, vice versa. As one opened, I would close it on the other one. So I was kind of bouncing back and forth between both apps. And I didn't have like a very steady availability. I left that other company, and I knew that I needed to make Palfish work, because this was the life that I wanted, was to be an online teacher, and it was important to me, and I made it a priority to make it work. So every day I would have, so once I went full time and I said Palfish is my jam, I would do a live every day, either after my classes or when I had an empty class. And I didn't have somebody booked for a class time that I was willing to work. Every single day, I did a live. Every single day, I did a live for like 2 weeks. Okay. And when I did that, it worked. And within 2 weeks, I was completely booked. I was fully booked the amount that I wanted to be booked. So now, June was a good month. July, I can't say July was a bad month. If it had gotten that bad, I would have done something to fix it. But, it wasn't the best month that I had. And I actually dropped down a whole bunch of bookings to where I actually had 113 bookings on my schedule. And I was like, nope. This is not what I want. This has to change. So I went and I did the reading app. This is, a matter of like practice what you preach, right? So I went and I did the reading app, what I just showed you. I went and I did the lives. Okay, I did a book reading with a book that I found that was really cool. And I gained just from that one live that I did, and the The reading app that I did, I gained 15 classes a week on my schedule. So I went from like 113 booked to 143 booked, or 142 booked actually is what I had. So I went from 113 to 142. So this is at the same time when I'm going on Facebook and I'm seeing people that are saying like, I lost 5 classes a week. You know, that's a big deal to a lot of people, losing that many classes a week. So I just kind of wanted to come in here and tell you, you can promote yourself. It's a matter of trial and error. What works for me might not work for you. Book readings work very well for me. Maybe something better. Maybe that's not your jam, okay? Maybe something better. Maybe you want to have a live puppet show. Maybe you want to talk about Labor Day in America. That's a holiday that's coming up. Maybe you wanted to talk about back to school in America. Maybe you wanted to go live and give tips on how to bake a cake, or give tips on how to be successful in an English class, or anything. I've seen people play, I've seen people play games. They'd go on lives and play games. I forgot what games they played, but I've seen people actually play games, where you would interact. That's not my jam, and I don't do that. I've actually never tried it, but if my book readings did not work, I would totally try something else, because I do not accept failure and just leave it and be like, okay, I suck. Move on. Let me go back. Let me go, let me go pick up a job somewhere else because I'm done with Palfish. All right. Is Palfish for everyone? No, it's not. But you know in your heart if this is a job for you or not. And if you know this and you believe it, then you can make this work and you can succeed with this. You need to learn how to market yourself. One tip on lives: if you're doing lives at like 1:30 in the morning Beijing time, because that's what's convenient for you, it's kind of just the same as doing a Facebook Live. People are not going to see it. It's not going to pop up on their radar, and they're not going to see it. Not very many will. So my suggestion to you would be to really figure out when, if you were a parent in Beijing, when you would want your child to be watching a live, and just kind of go with that. If your kid is sleeping at 2 o'clock in the morning, you probably will not be watching a live at 2 o'clock in the morning. So that would probably not be a good time to do a live if you're trying to do it to gain more students. I would really recommend doing it during peak hours or during hours that you are already willing to work. If you set aside your work hours and use those work hours to build your career, to build your teaching career on Palfish, you will be successful. So that is just a little tip that I had about marketing yourself. There are other things that you can do, including reading app groups, which I do not do. There are student groups that you can do, which I do not do. I mean, there are other things that you can do. Those are the ones that I recommend because they're the ones that I know kind of inside and out, and I know like how it works, and I have experience with it. So again, follow some of the other mentors and see what they're saying about it. Go and subscribe to their YouTube channels and hit up every single training. If you're trying to make this work for you, look in the training portal and see when the next trainings are. And that's what you need to do. You need to focus on this as an actual business. This is not like, okay, I downloaded an app. Give me my classes, baby. Like, that's not how this works. You need to work for this to be successful. It's just how it is. So anyways, welcome to Palfish. You guys are all going to do phenomenal. And that is my little tip on how to market yourself. Good luck. I can't wait to see your lives. Bye.